Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir, and I thank the Honourable Charlie for the question. Just at the outset, may I remind the Honourable Member that seaweed plays a huge role on climate change, which the opposition did not support, as seagrass is considered as one of the highest carbon sinks. Honourable Speaker, seaweed farming is an environmentally sustainable livelihood option for coastal communities, especially those living in the maritime provinces. It provides an alternative source of income for our coastal communities who mainly depend on fishing for food security and livelihoods. The development of such income-generating activity is critical for poverty alleviation and in improving well-being and livelihood of coastal communities, who are becoming increasingly vulnerable to climate change and declining fish stocks. Honourable Speaker, the provision of a budgetary allocation of $150,000 in this fiscal year, 2021-2022, for the seaweed programme is symbolic indication of government's commitment to continually tap on the potential of the seaweed industry. Through this budget, our farmers in the maritime areas will be assisted with startup material, seeds, nursery development, and technical advice to enable them to achieve the required levels of production. Moreover, this budget will enable us to secure a steady market for our farmers, which in turn will offer incentive for continued planting and production of seaweed. Honourable Speaker, for seaweed diversification, there have been value-adding activities that are now engaged in the sector over the past years. This is in addition to interest from private companies on purchase of raw seaweed for organic fertilizer production and other cosmetic. We have two established companies in Fiji, namely Soluk Fiji Limited and Redox Organics. These two companies complement each other. While Soluk buys dried seaweed for export purposes, Redox Organics, on the other hand, purchases raw seaweed to process into fertilizer and other value-added products, which now include seaweed-based sanitizers. Additionally, Honourable Speaker, sir, Redox Organics has invested in setting up a manufacturing facility for a value-added seaweed product, which is the future for seaweed as value-adding and product diversification will ensure a steady market and steady farm gate price for our farmers. Honourable Speaker, sir, to address the need for transportation, the Ministry of Fisheries will facilitate the transportation of seaweed from the farms to the market. The Ministry, through our Fisheries Extension Office, is doing this for the Central Western region and hopes to expand to the Northern and Eastern. This is in addition to liaising with the franchise and government shipping services to align our planting and harvest times with the schedule so that the seaweed can be transported on a regular basis to the market. Honourable Speaker, with the established links with the private sector, some of these farmers are able to send their products to the main markets based on the establishment of partnership agreement between farmers and buyers. This, Honourable Speaker, is all aimed at ensuring that we continue to grow this important market segment of fisheries sector. The challenge is climatic. During cyclones, there's a lot of damage to this as they are basically planted along the very shallow coastal areas. So we have been encouraging the replanting of seaweeds and we have increased the production, especially in Wonolevu and around the coastal areas of Vitilevu, especially in Tailevu. We are working with other government agencies to assist us. The main issue is for us to have the products available, especially for replanting, and we are asking other government ministries to assist us in the transportation and use of human resources to assist in replanting.
Thank you. We will move on.